3 ways this backflipping black figure skater changed sports forever. Number 3. She is the first and only female figure skater to do this highly technical backflip. French figure skater Surya Bonaly dominated figure skating in the late 80s and 90s by being the first and only woman in the sport to complete this particular, very illegal and dangerous backflip. It's what they now call a Bonaly, which involves not only a hard-to-do backflip, but also splits in the air and the skater landing on one foot.
Backflip, totally illegal in competition.
She first completed the move on broadcasted television at the 1998 Olympics. It was a last resort after failing to complete her routine due to a leg injury from the day before. Only a handful of other figure skaters in history have been able to do the very dangerous backflip, but they all landed on both feet and did not do a split in the air like Bonaly. Though it was the first time in history anyone had seen anything like it, yes, even the judges, Bonaly still only made it to the 10th spot. Because the backflip is illegal, the impressive move wasn't counted toward her score, and the judges refused to make an exception, despite her history-making moment. Number 2, she didn't look like other figure skaters. Bonaly wasn't a graceful swan in the world of figure skating like most of her opponents were, and she was totally fine with that. Not only was she one of the few black women in figure skating, but as her historic backflip proved, she was also fiercely athletic. Bonaly was known for preferring athleticism over artistry. She had a strong, muscular figure and would always prefer harder tricks over choreography. This made her unfavorable with the judges, who claimed that Bonaly's style did not meet the figure skating criteria. But often, there seemed to be an undercurrent of racism and gender expectations to the critiques judges and the media waged against her.
Even though she was wonderful and did great performances, she didn't look like the Ice Princess.
Former skater, judge, and commentator Sandra Bezic once famously said about Bonaly, "I'd like to see her stop jumping for 6 months and learn to skate." Bezic claimed that Bonaly did not skate like a figure skater because, according to Bezic, the sound of Bonaly's skates on the ice was, quote, scratchy in comparison to other judge favorites like Yuka Sato and Katia Gordieva. Number 1. She was a total rebel. Remember Chaz Michael Michaels from Blades of Glory? Let's just say we wouldn't be surprised if that character was inspired by Bonaly. While Bonaly was never as rebellious as Chaz, she was one of the few figure skaters at that time to speak her mind. Case in point, her infamous 1994 World Championship second-place win resulted in Bonaly refusing to stand on the podium during the medal ceremony. Though Bonaly's moment of protest prompted judges to believe she was a sore loser, it inspired a conversation about race and gender expectations. Bonaly lost to Yuka Sato, a clear favorite of the judges who represented everything Bonaly wasn't, an elegant, feminine skater in the traditional Ice Princess mold. The commentator from that match claimed that Sato did not do as many jumps as Bonaly. Sato won the majority of her points for artistry, while most of Bonaly's points came from jumps and moves. Bonaly, who now coaches in Minnesota, recently told the podcast Radiolab that she does not believe her shaky figure skating career had to do with racism. But she did admit that, when you're black, everybody knows that you have to do better than anyone else who's white. Share if Bonaly was a total badass.